Good to go.
All right, greetings, everyone. My name is Baba Senghor. I am the First Assistant President General of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League. We're here to honor a strong legacy and to share some love and light on a great legacy left us. So I'm going to ask everybody to please mute yourselves. Those that are on phones, please mute yourself so that you don't, please mute yourself. iPhone 3, Vanilla Crawford, please mute. All right, we're going to get started. And I want to call on Mama Tendai to do libations. Mama Tendai. Everybody bear with us. I see I think she's getting ready. Mama Tendai.
I was talking away, Baba.
Oh, okay, you were muted. Okay. All right, no problem. All right, go ahead.
I basically had said that in the tradition of our ancestors, we follow the ritual that they have established for us, that before any important event, we pour libation that we might be able to enlist the support of the spiritual realm in what we are doing, so that the unseen world connects with the seen world, that we may have a very positive experience. Because of my own background, I pour libation in Yoruba, but I explain in English what we're doing because it doesn't make any sense for me to be pouring always in some other tongue that my own people here do not understand. So I am using at this point clear water rather than gin, because I have a plant here beside me that I will pour the water into as a symbol of the life-giving force of water, symbolize the life-giving force that has departed from our brother Aminifu Harvey. So I thank you all for joining me. And I ask, when I call upon various ones, that you all will connect and call the various ancestors that we are asking to join us, because it is the ancestors who are closest to us and who will provide our guidance, who have had an earthly experience and understand what it is that we are experiencing. So as I pour, I begin with paying homage to Mother Earth and Father Sky. Mojuba Olorun, Mojuba Olofi, Mojuba Olodumare, Mother, Father, God. Mojuba Ibaye Gumbobo Egun Ibaye. I pay homage to our ancestors.
Free money. Then go to neighbor.com.
Omi Tutu, Ile Tutu, Ona Tutu. Tutu Eshu, Tutu Ogun, Tutu Obatala, Tutu Shango, Tutu Yemaja, Tutu Oya, Tutu Oshun, Tutu Orumala, Tutu Orisha, Tutu Abasun. Mojuba Olorun, Mojuba Lofi, Mojuba Olodumare, Mojuba Ibaye, Gumbobo Egun Ibaye. Mojuba Baba Larisha, Ia Larisha, Lil Ron, Mojuba Bobo Eku, and Belasi Olodumare, Ibaye Uron, Kinkamashe, Asheda, Ashe, Kinkamashe, Akoda, Ashe. What I have said is, I have asked that the spiritual energies of those who are beyond our ancestors in the realm beyond them, which we refer to as the Orisha, those angelic forces, that they would provide the environment for us to have a positive experience here together this evening. I have called upon the names of the Orisha in Yoruba, those Yoruba names of those who represent the concepts that have our universe, keep our universe together. And also those concepts are also nature, because it is all of those things that we need in order to have a positive experience for us to live on earth. So they contribute to our lives and provide us the sustenance that we need for our living. When I say Kinkamashe, I am saying long live. So normally I would bring this bell upon Orisha, especially this is the bell for Oshun. Oshun represents the creative force of the universe, the mother of all existence. So when I say Kinkamashe, I'm asking you all to unmute because when I say Kinkamashe, I have said Kinkamashe, Asheda, and Akoda. Those are the two oldest priests that we know of in the Yoruba tradition. So now we want to then Kinkamashe, all of those ancestors who have preceded us, who have provided us with guidance, with direction, with teaching, with love, and with understanding, like Dr. John Henry Clark. Ashe. Unmuting.
Malcolm X,
Ashe.
Nanny of the Maroons,
Ashe.
Thomas W. Harvey.
Ashe.
Charles L. James,
Ashe.
Nanny
President
Helen
O'Malley.
Rose,
Cannon. Ashe. Francis Press Welsing. Ashe. Patricia
Amy Cox Garvey,
Ashe. Ashe.
Gene Slappy.
Ashe. And we call upon our community ancestors, those of us who have lived within the DC area and have those folks who have committed themselves to the liberation of African people and the upliftment of us worldwide.
Farouk Muhammad,
Oriefo. Ashe.
Farouk Muhammad,
Ashe.
Kamal Robinson,
Ashe.
Melvin Deal,
Ashe. And we call upon our own personal ancestors. I'd like for each one of you to call someone who has departed from your family, but whose energy that
Aline Ricks Costell,
Ashe, Paul
Eddie
Bassett,
Murphy.
Etta Bowen, Ashe,
James W. Graham.
Ashe,
John Henry Davis.
Ashe,
Maurice Lynch.
Eddie Williams.
Ashe. I call up each and every one of you to come and be with us today as we embark upon this memorial service for our beloved brother. We make noise so that we wake the ancestors up, so that they know that we want them to come and be with us. So we ring the bells, we make shakere, we make noise and say, come, hear us, know that we are here. We ask that these beloved energies of our ancestors be with us today. We ask that our ancestors open their arms to receive our beloved brother, Aminifu Harvey. We ask that his transition to the realm of the ancestors is one that is swift. And we send him with love. We send him with a promise that we continue to do the work that he began. For life is a continuum and death is non-existent. We move from one realm into another. As we have transitioned from children to adults, we transition to elderhood, we transition into death, we transition into rebirth, and we continue. We say thank you to our ancestors for having given us brother Aminifu Harvey. We thank his family for having produced him. We thank him for all the things that he has done for us by showing us how to live in community, how to support each other, because that's what social work is about. The work that he has done as a Black social worker has paved the way for work, for understanding, and for commitment for us. And I thank you all for being with us. As I say, let us not see death, our mother, let us not see death, our father. This is the way of our tradition in Yoruba. I ask that each person who has gathered here is able to leave here in the same way that they came, but more enlightened and more uplifted. As we ask for guidance, direction, and protection, we pray for each other, and we pray for your continued blessings and good health, prosperity, as we prepare for all eternity. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you, Mama Tendai. So brothers and sisters, we definitely in the UNIA, we extend our heartfelt condolences to the family, to the community, and to all those professional people who were touched and moved by our dear, esteemed Aminifu Richard Harvey. Now, on June the 30th, 1944, Aminifu came into this world physically. He elevated and ascended on April the 22nd, 2022. And from 2011 to 2016, our brother Aminifu served as the ambassador of social services of this government of the UNIA ACL RRC 2020 for Rehabilitating Committee. The UNIA ACL was founded by the Right Excellent Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Today, of course, we honor the life, love, and legacy as a professor in many areas, I should say, and dedicated Black social worker utilizing African-centered models. He co-founded Progressive Life Center in 1983. He served as the lead consultant for the Commission for Racial Justice. In 1986, he co-founded and was the clinical executive director for Mahat Center for Human and Organizational Enhancement, Incorporated. Dr. Harvey was the first trained social worker in the US to incorporate cultural principles and practices into the social work profession in human service. He is also one of the founders of what is now commonly used as culturally competent mental health service practice. Dr. Harvey was a prolific scholar, writer, publishing numerous articles, books, book chapters, and manuscripts. He was still working on many projects and writings before his transition into the ancestral realm. His book, A Reader's Afrocentric Theory and Practice, Philosophical and Humanistic Writings, is a very, very powerful tool, brothers and sisters. And it would not be appropriate without hearing some of the words from our brother, and I'll just share a few before we move on. This is a powerful book that everybody should get. But as Aminifu said in a few words, a few paragraphs, he said the UNIA offers a model for adolescent development. Male adolescents became members of the Universal African Legion, where they were taught moral development and self-discipline by the older men in their organization, who acted as role models and mentors. They were apprenticed to the various businesses owned and operated by the UNIA to learn a skill for self-sufficiency. Additionally, the young men were taught African history in order to instill racial pride and dignity. The same process holds true for the young women who participated in the Black Cross nurses. Implications for social work. Social work educators need to present the UNIA and ACL as an effective model of intervention for psychosocial and economic problems facing the Black community, such as crime, violence, teenage pregnancy, and unemployment. As the United States moves in the 21st century, practitioners should offer to work with the UNIA, which is reemerging in Black communities throughout the United States. Social work practitioners can offer technical knowledge and skills to group work, casework, community development, and cultural competency. So brothers and sisters, I just wanted to share a little bit, but that's a lot if you understand where we are still today. And it's so important for us to recognize the libation that was done prior to what I just shared. Mama Tendaya, thank you very much for how you not only shared the libation, but how you articulated its highest form of meaning. Because as we in the UNIA always say, you know, as Brother Renoko Rashidi, our ambassador of traveling ambassador, is still our traveling ambassador, even though he's in the ancestral realm. Baba Aminifu will still remain our ambassador of social services. And it's because not of their personal or their physical life, it's because of their committed spiritual life, and that goes on forever. So it is for us, particularly where the problems have not been solved, that both of these brothers were so serious about. So without any further ado, I'm going to call a good brethren of mine who works for some time with my brother, you know, here in the DC Banneker City area, and who is blessed to be known as Swami Gyan Kirti, my loving brother from Noah's Ark, Medisaj Incorporated in South Carolina. Baba Swami.
Peace and blessings to you all. It is indeed an honor to be here with you this day. Aminifu was and is a good brother and a good friend, and someone that I will always miss, even though I know we still walk together as one. When we gather to celebrate the life of a member of our community, we also recognize the power that we are all a part of. For in joining the ancestors, our brother increases the spirit load of our common potential. He has walked the earth with us. He has laughed and danced with us. He has shared joy, pain, and sorrow with us. He has worked and toiled with us. And now he has shed his physical garment, a temporary residence, to be more part of the sum total of that which is. His leaving the body is for each of us, once again, a reminder of our own mortality. And we too are here for but a moment in time, and we too will one day shed the physical and be the spirits that we are, in peace, harmony, and unity with all that exists. I have prepared a slideshow sharing the many faces of Aminifu at his retirement gathering in North Carolina, and a few from his visits to the Medisat Center in South Carolina, which is my home. I would like you to observe 11 minutes of silence and ponder the words and the songs as we reflect and commune in spirit with our ancestor, Dr. Aminifu Harvey. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami. And Sam, you can pull up the file. Really appreciate that message, Swami. It's very important. I know Aminifu was smiling.
This is a song for my friend, David Smith, who lived from 1925 to 1959, and in many ways was Christ-like. He died still a young man. He spent his life with pain, and he died still a young man, and yet he lives again. Oh yes, it's he walking with me. I'm with him clear to the end. Follow his plan best that I can, sweet son of man, and my dearest friend. I walk with the young man. He helps me tote my load, and the soul of the young man, it brightens up the road. Oh yes, it's he walking with me. I'm with him clear to the end. Follow his plan best that I can, sweet son of man, and my dearest friend. used to tend. Oh, yes, it's He walking with me. I'm with Him clear to the end. Follow His plan best that I can. Sweet Son of Man and my dearest friend. Oh, He died still a young man, a young man. I saw millions of migrating birds flying over today. Couldn't tell which was leading and showing the others the way. But I thought as I watched them sail by, extending for miles through the sky, what a blessing it must be to fly with a column of birds. They were soaring in search of the source of some almighty force, all adrift in the drafts of the winds without altering course. Gripped by gravity here on the ground, I wondered where they might be bound, where the site of this search would be found by this column of birds. And how did they get it together to take off as one and go race this column of birds of a feather off to some better place? How did they make the connection? How did they come to agree to fly in a single direction toward what not one of them could see? See. They were coming and coming and going and going and gone through the oncoming night toward the brightness of some distant dawn. As I turned and went back to my plow, to the grind of my grim here and now, I wished our kind might take off somehow like a column of birds. Column of birds. Column of birds. 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 Dream of a land my soul is from. I hear a hand stroke on a drum. Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue. Elegant boy, beautiful girl, dancing for joy, delicate whirl, shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue. Two young lovers are face to face with undulating grace. They gently sway, then slip away to some secluded place. Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue. Whispering trees echo their sighs, passionate pleas, tender replies, shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue. Lovers in flight, upward they glide, burst at the height, slowly subside, shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue. And my slumbering fantasy assumes reality until it seems it's not a dream. The two are you and me, shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as a night, afro blue.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Bronson Pete, can you please mute yourself? Bronson Pete, can you mute your system? Okay, you muted. I don't know why you're showing up on the screen, but anyway, it's all good. That was great, Swami. Thank you so much for that, bro.
The pleasure was mine, man. I really enjoyed putting it together. The
Yeah.
songs just happened. I'm sure he had to be the one selecting the song.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. It was so appropriate. So we're gonna move right along. Mama Tendai, please, and let me just remind everybody who may have just joined us that we are going to allow everybody opportunity to share some love reflections and life reflections and legacy reflections, but we want to hold you to about 2 to 3 minutes so we can get everybody in. However, I want you to put your name in the chat if you wish to holler, or put your hand up so I can see it, and we'll move forward. And I believe we'll leave the screen where Swami, let me go to gallery, I think. Yeah, that's all I do. Okay, great. All right, Mama Tendai.
Well, but Swami, I just want to tell you that I felt like I was there. I missed Baba's retirement party because I was traveling, because I was supposed to be there, and now I'm feeling really badly because I didn't get a chance to go. But he retired from the school that I ended up moving here to North Carolina to serve, Fayetteville State University, in the social work department as a full tenured professor. I'm just saying, but I knew Aminifu from when I lived in DC, when I first moved to DC, when he and Brother Kwaku Carr started the Ma'at Institute. And I long admired the work that he had done, the work that he was doing in terms of rescuing young Black males, especially from the the juvenile system. He and Brother Kwaku were doing that. Our children kind of grew up together, doing some things together, being in the dance theater together. And I'm just saying is that the brother always had so much to offer. He had programs that he put together even before, when in our community that we were recognizing men who have sex with men. He already had written a program to address the issue, so that he was always all embracing and all encompassing for everyone. His physical body is going to be missed, but as Baba Senghor and Swami have said, his spirit lives on. The spirit is eternal. And so we just have to tap in, but he leaves a responsibility to all of us. I'm accepting that responsibility too, as well, to do more within community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mama Tendai. And we're going to move. It's so great to see all the beautiful, powerful, Blacktricity loaded Black folks up here. I mean, and I know many of you all were in that video, but we're going to move around, and I want to go to the president of Division 330, who is hosting this event for our long time. Aminifu was an active member of the Woodson, Banneker, Jackson Bay Division 330 for many, many years. So we want to allow the president, Baba Mosi, to share some reflections. And then I'm going to call y'all out. So even if you don't put your hand up and recognize, if I call on you and you don't wish to speak, let me know real quickly so we'll keep moving. But I'm watching y'all and looking at y'all, and I know many of y'all had many opportunities and great moments with our brother Aminifu, and we want to hear from you. So without any further ado, Baba Mosi.
Greetings all. I wish to thank you. I wish to thank Brother Swami, for putting together that video presentation. And I wish to thank everyone who is present for being here to pay this tribute to our departed brother, who has been a member of the UNIA for quite some time and a member of Division 330 since 2018. We would like to, just say that we will miss him because, as everyone here knows, he's what we all call a good brother and one who has given his all as a way of bringing the people together, working within that area that he worked, which is a matter of, is a people, really, a people.
How are you?
Excuse me?
Oh.
Go ahead forward. I'm gonna ask everybody to mute yourselves, please, until you're speaking. Yeah, Baba, go ahead, Baba Mosi.
Yes, well, that's a people vocation, and it all had to do with how he felt about his people, especially because social work is not one of the easiest things to do, but it takes dedication, and we have to thank him for all that he did. He as a member of the UNIA, we know that he really respected the UNIA, and in his the book that he wrote, he had a chapter on the UNIA. So we are pleased that we have had this brother as a member of Division 330, and as I said earlier, we will miss him. So thank you very much all for being here and being together with us. All right.
Thank you so much, Baba Mosi. And I want to remind all of y'all beautiful folks to just stand ready, because we Garveyites, we kind of stand ready. I'm gonna call on you, and I just want you to be ready. And I might surprise some of you, like Tahari, Denny. I know you actually lived in one of Aminifu's homes, and I know you have some words that you would like to share. So if you would please bless us with some love and light.
Evening all. Yeah, while I was looking at the video, I was just thinking about the first time that I met Aminifu. I had returned from taking care of my mother in Atlanta, and I was looking for a place to live. And someone said that Aminifu had a house that was for rent. And I went to look at it, and of course, everything was fine, but he said he had to vet me. because he didn't know me in the community. I explained to him I had been here from the late 90s, but had to go back to take care of my mother. Anyway, 2 weeks had gone by and I hadn't heard anything from Aminifu, and he knew Baba Senghor and Mama Kathy and some other people. And so the last day I said, you know what, I'm just gonna call Aminifu and tell him to forget it because I gotta get a place to live. And as I thought of him, he called and he said, Denny, why didn't you tell me you were Ackland's cousin? I said, I didn't think it was important. He said, you could have had the place 2 weeks ago. And so I always think about that. He will be missed. He and I were born on the same day, years apart, but that was one of the connections that we had, that we always called and wished each other happy Earth Day, happy Born Day, and blessings to his family. And as you say, we will always be one in spirit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mama. And you reminded me of something. My tender love, who's not with us, Kathy, today. She actually was Aminifu's massage therapist for many, many years, even before her and I hooked up. And Aminifu was such a dedicated brother. And Kathy asked Aminifu, do you know this brother Senghor? and it was another brother who gone before us, Farouk, that Mama Kathy was vetting me. and when you said what you said, it reminded me, because Aminifu and I go way back. I mean, we went all the way back. I mean, all the way back, way before all the sisters I mentioned. So anyway, I'm not going to spend too much more time, but I want to try to get some key people out of the way that I see. Baba Rasafiq, we just saw you in the retirement celebration, and I see you're with us. So I'm going to try to keep this balance going. So if you would share some, and you might not have been here early. We're trying to keep the remarks to 2 minutes. 3 minutes at the max, so we can get everybody in. Baba Rasafiq. Unmute yourself, Baba. Unmute yourself, Baba.
There we go. I'm sorry. Sante Sana, Baba Senghor. Greetings, family. How's everyone? It's a pleasure, an honor, and privilege to be here for this tribute to Baba Dr. Aminifu. Very close friend. He and I had many times together. He's my oldest son's godfather. And he was part of the naming ceremony that Nana Kwabena conducted for Olukunle. So Aminifu and I were running partners. I think that's how we met. We used to run together. And we, in fact, participated in the Race for the Race that Nation House sponsored every year. And we traveled together. We went to the Bahamas together, and we were just, really tight and a good friend of the family. So it's an honor to be here. I was shocked when I heard about his transition. He was a member of Washington, D.C. Listening group, into the music, into the culture. And so he's definitely going to be missed. And love that brother, and still love him, his daughters, Sophia and Malkia. And so, Sante Sana for allowing me to speak for this very auspicious occasion, Baba.
Sure, Baba, and thank you for joining us, Baba Rasafiq.
Yes, sir. Sorry I was late.
No, that's quite all right, Rasafiq. I saw when you came in, and I kind of knew you would be here with us because I know how you roll. Love supreme, brother. Love supreme.
Love supreme, absolutely.
So I want to call on another sister, queen, who is my natural path doctor, and I'm trying to give her opportunity to get herself together, because I don't like to surprise my Scorpio sister too much. But without any further ado, Dr. Tilly Williams.
I guess you decided it only takes me 2 seconds to get together, huh?
Less than that, Mama.
Greetings, everyone. It's an honor, and an honor to be here amongst you all, and an honor to honor Dr. Aminifu Harvey today. I'm so glad that we have an opportunity to come together to to say farewell as far as the physical body is concerned to Aminifu. but I know he'll always be here in spirit. My story of meeting Aminifu was sort of like, well, not quite, but kind of like Tayari in a way. I was looking at buying some property in I think it's called Indian Acres. And I was told that he had some, or he was selling some or something. Anyway, we got to talking about it and just became, really good friends from then on. As a matter of fact, we kind of talked each other through the pandemic, through 2020 and just about all of 2021, keeping each other company over the phone and talking about what's been going on in our lives and what wasn't going on in our lives. He was a wise and caring and kind brother, and I will absolutely miss his presence here in this realm. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Dr. Tilley, and thank you for being ready. and I see a brother who was mentioned early. Mama Tendai mentioned my good brother. He was also very involved with my brother Aminifu. I'm so happy to see him, and he carries the same last name as my mom, and we see ourselves as cousins. And I'm talking about Nana Kwaku Carr. And I want to give my good brother Nana Kwaku Carr an opportunity to share. I know he spent a lot of great moments with Aminifu, and I know he will continue to do that because Nana Kwaku is very much a part of the cultural tradition of the Akan community. Nana Kwaku.
Thank you, my brother, and greetings, family. When I reflect, and I feel I shouldn't be speaking because I spoke already. However, I must say or let him speak through me. We have a saying that when one make their transition is not fulfilled unless people don't call their name. It is his deed that we are gathered here today. He and I was brothers, friend, family, and business partner. And then those different type of avenues that we cross each other, we began to know each other differently. And because of that, I can say I knew him. He pushed me in certain direction that he did not want to go, but we needed to go. He encouraged me to go. So I would say to my brother, you will never be forgotten. You will never be forgotten. And the time that we shared together, never be forgotten. And the words that people have spoken already about this brother, we are all still talking about the same brother. Madasi Babri, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Nana Kwaku Carr. Brother who lived very close to our brother down in Durham, who I had the pleasure and opportunity of speaking with and learning quite a bit about his involvement with Aminifu. I'm speaking about my good brother, Carl Algood. So if you could unmute yourself, my brother, and share a few words with us, please do so at this time.
Yes, thank you, Brother Bay. Good evening, brothers and sisters. It's an honor and a privilege to be here to give honor to my brother, Aminifu. I think Reverend Davis found on Sunday about this event here, a celebration, and then I reached out to Brother Bay and got the link to the Zoom, so I'm appreciative of this opportunity. Aminifu and I met in DC as members of the Association of Black Social Workers Metro Atlanta chapter, Metro DC chapter, and became friends. And he moved here to North Carolina, and we were a member of the North Carolina, the Durham, Raleigh-Durham chapter, ABSW. And so he's been a friend, mentor, spent a lot of times together, a lot of meals together, walking together, live not too far apart here. It's been a major impact on my life and career as a mentor during my doctoral studies at Howard University in the social work program. So he would be sorely missed. He doted on his wonderful, talented daughters. We just spent some great times together, and just a major impact that will be sorely missed. Just rest in peace, my brother, gone but not forgotten. And thanks for the opportunity to share this evening.
Thank you so much, my brother. And another powerful brother that's with us that I knew, Aminifu, Dr. Richard Cooper. And it's appropriate. You're right next to Brother Carl on the screen, on my screen anyway. I want to give you an opportunity to unmute yourself and to express some words of wisdom with us and love and affection for our great legacy of our brother.
Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate that. And more importantly, it's just nice to be in a gathering of people that knew and loved this brother, and that this is the best use of technology I've been on in a while, and the best probably Zoom meeting I'll ever be on in my life. So I want to thank you for this opportunity first and foremost. So I met the brother in 83, 84, and I was the first employee hired at Progressive Life. So he was my supervisor at first, and then we just became family. But I just want to go in a slightly different direction. So I met Aminifu in 84. He was just cool. You know, you got to talk about that side of the brother. He was cool. He had that Jersey, New York accent. He had that way of telling stories. He had that way of attracting like men. He was a man's man, and he could attract you just based on a brotherhood and strength and knowledge. He was funny. He was a lover of jazz. And so we really hit it off, both cancers, my first name, Richard, his as well. And we just hit it off. He initially was my teacher in that he was my supervisor, but then the relationship just transcended. We hung out and did a lot of things. He asked me to review the book. And of course, I reviewed the book, which was an honor to do. I want to read my last email and close out with my last email to him. I was doing a workshop on Zoom on a social deconstruction of the life of Sidney Poitier and an Afrocentric kind of a piece with it. And Aminifu appeared in the Zoom room, and I just got filled, you know, with joy. So after I spoke, I said, well, let me send this brother an email. This would have been February the 19th. So I said the following to him: good brother Aminifu, I do mention and have mentioned over my many years of doing presentations, lectures, and workshops that I try my best to honor my mentors. And you are one of the most important and intellectual geniuses and most important of my teachers, mentors, and brothers. It was emotional for me to have you on the Zoom call, and I am so fortunate not just to have you as my mentor, but even more importantly, as a part of my family. He wrote back to me, thank you, my brother. I appreciate all of your work. Let me know when we can talk. I have some good news to share with you. I'm presently taking piano lessons. You and your family have always had an open invitation to my home. Safia is working on her PhD at Morgan in social work. I love you and consider you my blood brother. So I'm honored to be here and to say his name, Aminifu Harvey.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate you. And I want to give I'm gonna throw a couple of names. I'm gonna give y'all time to warm up. I'm gonna be going to a sister right now who's looking very lovely, Donna Graham. If you would wish to share some words, you can open up your mic. And I'm coming after that to Gagong Hunter, my good brother who I haven't seen in a while. So Sister Donna Graham, would you like to unmute and share anything with us?
I'm trying to unmute and I'm not able to.
You're unmuted now.
Well, I can't seem to unmute the camera, but okay. It says, okay, put the glasses back on. It says you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. So I'm just gonna say okay and talk from my picture. How about that?
Start your video.
You can start your video.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it started. Well, I wasn't expecting this, but I am indeed honored. First of all, we were hoping something would be happening. So for all of the organizers who put this together, included us, thank you very much. I didn't have an opportunity to know Brother Aminifu for a long period of time. We are members of the Durham Center for Senior Life. We had African dance class. There were no drummers, so we got together our drum family. He was a part of that. We were just all learning. You had the blind leading the blind, which was me, but he had a major component to that whole piece. He enjoyed it. We enjoyed his spirit. We had a gem among us that we really were not aware of. And then next thing you know, we were hearing about his book. We were invited to one of his lectures, and it was like, wow, how could he have kept this all to himself? But he really didn't want anybody to know. He wanted to have that type of presence there and asked me to honor it, so I did. And now that I have this opportunity to be here with so many like-minded folks, I'm just really grateful. I think I did notice one of our other drummers online. We just found out recently, so I don't know if I was able to get to everybody. We have not been together since the pandemic, and I've just been crushed. But he did leave a wonderful part of his spirit with us. He shared with us then, and we have some great memories, and I'm grateful to see the pictures. So thank you so much again for allowing us to be a part of this. And I think one of his teachers, drum teachers, is on this call as well. So it's great to be around folks with like minds, and I see some familiar names, so I appreciate that too. Thank you very much for this moment.
We appreciate you too, and we want to stay in touch. So, because this is also being streamed on Facebook, and we also will be uploading it to YouTube and sharing it. So anybody who may have missed it will not miss it. They might have missed it live, but you can share it. So please share your information with us in the chat, and feel free to keep in contact. We will put our information in the chat, the UNIA that is, so we can stay in touch, my sister, because it is all about, especially since the pandemic, it is very important for us to have, even though we do this on Zoom and we might be in different locations, we need to come together. And so when we can share ways and means, when I'm in North Carolina, I will know how to connect with you. And I'm a drummer and I love to drum. So, it's all family and extended family. So we're building as we go. And I know Aminifu would want us to do that as well. I know that for a fact. So let me move right along to my brother Gagong. It's so good to see you, my brother. And I understand you're moving around the US. You're no longer with us on the East Coast. But anyway, share with us, brother.
Well, I just want to say peace and blessings to everybody. Big brother Aminifu. Wow, what can I say? And I want to thank Swami for those that beautiful pictures at the retirement party that I was at. And it's so interesting. He was a lover of music, so I'm here in a recording studio, my buddy, and so. But it's interesting. Me and Aminifu shared even though he was my big brother, our birthdays were one day apart. I'm another Cancer. So he was tight with his Cancer brothers and sisters. And we always joked. I talked to him a month ago. So when I heard the news, I was stunned and shocked, and I'm still. But we always used to have this sort of joke. We said that, I would call him, my birthday was before, so I would call him and we would say, part of our bucket list was like we was going to go skydiving on one of our birthdays. So I guess he beat me to it. He took the jump. So he's already flying high. So, I love and respect that brother. And he's touched all of our lives in so many different ways. And but he's still here with us. He's an ancestor. So peace and blessings to everybody. One love.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I don't know what you're doing up in that studio, man, but if you spit something out of that studio, I want to make sure I hear it. Don't. I'm just teasing, man. Give me a holler when you can, bro. It's good to see you here. Thank you, Swami, for connecting my brother in. I got another brother I want to bring on that I know will share some words, and I know he can speak. And I know Yo Kimmy, I see you've been with us for a minute. And I want to give you an opportunity to share because you're from the Banneker City area, even though you're a Gullah guy from down in Florida. But anyway, share with us, bro. Share with us, bro.
Yeah, greetings to the family. Truly a blessing to be on this Zoom with you guys. I feel the energy and spirit. I too am one that's been taken aback by the brother's passing. And I really, every moment I was in this brother's presence, man, it was like, it was a blessing. He was soft spoken, but yet his courage and enthusiasm for African culture was worthy of praise. And I think everybody that's on this call certainly can attest to that. But I am, his disposition was smooth. I'm not that smooth, but you can learn a lot from him just by watching him. Just being smooth, not loud, but yet sincere and balanced. And I had to, when I got the email about this event, I had to come on and just share with you guys, man, because he was a powerful brother. And I miss him. I miss him, and I walk with this, Senghor is like that type too. Although he can be loud sometimes, but I carry you guys with me, so even if I'm alone, I still feel fortified because I got some giants inside of me. I carry you guys' spirits, man, and your dispositions. And I appreciate you all. And thank you for allowing me to share a few words.
Thank you, Yo Kimmy. And Yo Kimmy, Baba Singo ain't gonna let you get away without me saying, you might not be loud, but you are a fish. You are a master swimmer. You are loud in the pool, brother. You teach people how to do that. And so I just wanted to throw that at you because if you can move in the water like you move in the water, that's real Blacktricity. I want to ask some of the people that, Sister, I think Sandera, is that Sandera Mallory? Would you like to unmute, my sister, and share?
Hotep, my brothers and sisters, bring you greetings on behalf of the National Association of Black Social Workers. I did not realize that I was inclusive in this, but I am so honored. Brother Aminifu was strong in the spirit, strong in my heart. I just loved everything about the brother, such a scholar, such a griot, such a teacher, such an instructor. I was privileged to be under his tutelage when he did the academy for the Association of Black Social Workers, our African-centered academy. And he was powerful, as you know, and just, as the brother said, cool as ice. But he was always so focused on the work of African people. So I just really want to just highlight that about him. And thank you. Thank you so much for recognizing the Black social workers as being a part of his life, and as we allow him to move on in the spirit, and we will continue to call his name. Aminifu Richard Harvey, Ashe.
Thank you so much. I want to clarify to some people, we have this issue with ebonics and words. I've been saying sisters. I'm saying it like I want to say it, because to me, y'all goddess women are stars. Y'all are sisters. I just want to say that because somebody kind of put a check on me to say sisters, but I'm trying to say sisters, and I want to be clear that y'all are stars, y'all queens. But anyway, I want to try to get around to everybody. Now there's someone else, and I love the Black social workers, by the way. I worked for the National Association of Social Workers for 22 years. I'm not a social worker, but I was a social activist, but I did the membership stuff there, and Aminifu came through there like like a Blacktricity Win, representing the Black social workers, even though he was a member of NASW. And he kept it real to everybody, just like the Martin family in Baltimore and just like my brother Amos Wilson. It was some of us brothers and sisters who kept it real and let the social workers know it all started with us in the first place. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to get on my cart. But there's a sister here that I can't see her name, but it says the Room Org. Is that Eddie Swan? Is that Eddie Swan?
Yes.
Please
yes.
share with us, sister.
I haven't known Aminifu as long as all of you have. I live here in Durham, and I have two organizations. One is the lroom.org, which is a space for sisters to come and relax and distress, because women never have a place to go to just relax and distress. And I named it the L Room after my mom, who raised 5 children by herself. And I realized as an adult that she never had a place to go just to relax. So that's what the L Room stands for. It's in Durham, North Carolina. Aminifu was an amazing brother. I also set up at the Durham Farmers Market here in Durham and sell cultural items. I'm the only person at the Durham Farmers Market that has a full line of cultural jewelry and so on. And Aminifu started, he goes to the farmers market every Saturday. And I'm on a corner that you have to pass if you park in the parking lot. And we became friends. He also used to attend all the Kwanzaa events in Durham. And he would come every Saturday, if not every Saturday, every other Saturday, and sit with me under my tent. And we would just talk about things. And he actually had one of his book signings here at the L Room, and place was packed. He was very inclusive. He was very cultural, and he was just a wonderful guy. Just amazing. And this went on for years. He would just come when he came to the farmers market, and we'd sit and talk. And I sold his book as well. So I just wanted to say that. And he was that his knowledge was unbelievable. So thank you for allowing me to speak.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And please, thank you all for putting your information in the chat. It is very important that we stay connected as a family, extended family. That is so important. Whenever we come together, it's always a blessing. But we want to continue to be able to build with each other and to learn from each other. My sister, you just talked about 2 very powerful, necessary institutions. And we want to stay in contact with you with that down in Durham. So please put your information in the chat and stay in contact with us. And I want to try to get to everybody. So y'all help me out here. Please, if you have not shared and wish to share, raise your hand. In the meantime, I see you walking away, James, but I was getting ready to call on you to share some words, because I know you knew Aminifu here in Banneker City. Brother Porter, I don't know whether that's a brother or a sister. So please, I'm trying to get everybody in. We got a little more time, but James or Porter, if you unmute and share, could you please share if you wish to? I think James walked away, so I'll move to somebody else. Hello? What about Gloria Baptiste, Angie? Don't everybody unmute at the same time. Cheryl Dozer.
Okay.
All right.
My name is Gloria Baptiste Roberts, and I served as the 10th National President of the National Association of Black Social Workers.
Gloria Baptiste, Angie.
And I had an opportunity, of course, to meet Aminifu, and I also, like Sandera, went through the academy. And through the academy, I recognized his brilliance, his scholarship. I learned so much from him just by being in the room with him and listening to his dialogue, his instruction, and his teachings. And of course, that will always be with me. Maya Angelou said that when great souls die, you know, sometimes we can hardly breathe, but we suck up all of the knowledge and the understanding that they shared with us in their lifetime. And of course, there's an African proverb that says, if a man shares his life with others, and certainly Aminifu shared his life with all of us. If a man shares his life with others, he will never die. He will always be with us. And of course, his spirit, his teachings, and all of his blessings will remain with us forever. Ashe.
Ashe, thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much for those inspirational words. Porter, you had unmuted yourself, so please go forward. Porter. Okay, Angie, why? Oh, there, go ahead, Porter. Unmute yourself. Unmuted yourself, so please go forward.
Yes, sir, brother. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters.
Porter.
Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Can you hear me?
Okay, Angie, you got a little echo coming. Go ahead, Porter.
Okay, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Mama Donna was a little brother. Peace and blessings, brother.
Do you have
Mama
another?
Donna was a little modest. She was
Porter.
actually our drum teacher and one of the dance teachers in our class at the Durham Center for Senior
if you
Life.
turn down, you have another system going. If you have
I'm getting ready to kill that, bro. I got too much technology.
No, you have to
here.
because it's not, you're not coming across clear because your other system is bouncing off of that. Okay, now that one froze up. Anyway, this technology is something y'all know how Blacktricity does. Go ahead, Brother Porter. Can you speak now?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peace and blessings to everyone. It's wonderful to be a part of this, a tribute to my brother Aminifu. Only knew him for the last 4 years, but in that time we became very close. And Aminifu was one of those powerful individuals that when you meet, you know that you all have shared time before this lifetime and in all lifetimes. Aminifu and I had a very deep relationship, even though we only knew each other a few years. I respected him greatly. I loved him greatly. I can't say any more about the brother than has already been said. I will miss him and I will commune with him on a daily basis as I have been. Thank you very much. Peace and blessings to all.
Thank you, brother. And stay, like I said, told everybody, stay in touch, bro, because we want to keep in touch. Because like Aminifu wouldn't have it any other way. He brought us here today. He brought us here at this, even though we're honoring his legacy. He is very much, as he ascends into the ancestral realm, he's going to be keeping us on point, believe me. Sister,
oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thank you very much. Sister Tracy Lewis and Miriam Wood and Eleanor Joyce Rowland, can y'all in that order unmute and share if you would like to? And if not, we understand. Tracy Lewis.
Hi, Hotep everyone. I am a member of the National Association of Black Social Workers, and I have not yet, but I've completed all the requirements for the African-Centered Academy, and I had the honor of hearing from Dr. Aminifu in our learning in the Academy, and it was an absolute honor. The information and the knowledge that I got from him was just phenomenal. I'm glad that I had the opportunity. I had always heard a lot about him and I've heard him speak, but I never had the opportunity to really engage with him until the Academy. And I'm glad I did have that opportunity. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Marianne Wood.
I was gonna pass.
Okay.
I met Aminifu. I met Aminifu when Safia was 13 years old. And when she graduated from high school, he and I took our girls up to see Frostburg State University. Neither one of them liked it. And he said, "You made us drive 3 hours up here, and the two of you don't even want to look at the place." But he was always devoted to his girls. And I was a social worker at that time, working in juvenile justice. And as time went on, I joined the faculty at the University of Maryland social work. He was already there. He had been there a year or two and was just raising hell. They didn't know what to think of him, but it was all good. Since he moved to initially to Fayetteville, but I always remember his kindness, his intelligence, and his willing to share everything that he learned.
All right, thank you very much. Pastor Frederick, Reverend Frederick Davis. And after that,
Yes, thank you. Peace and blessing to everyone. I've learned a lot tonight from all of you, to our dear brother family members who may be on, and to the community of social workers and psychotherapists and people of our native land. I was a friend by way of the Lakewood YMCA. We would gather and exercise, and we would also sit many minutes in the steam room. My relationship from that was that he would come and worship with us, like Carl and Sister Barbara Allgood, who are members of our congregation. He was excited about our facility because I have a ankh over our baptismal pool. And of course, he questioned me about, did I really understand what the ankh was all about? He was a friend, invited my wife and I to his home. He was a photographer. Every year, our youth ministry would have a youth lock-in, over 150 young people. And when we would have the Martin Luther King Youth Lock-in, and excuse me again if I mispronounce his name, but he accepted the way I pronounced it, Brother Aminifu, came and took pictures every year of our youth lock-in and of our marches. And we were sad. He just worked out 3 weeks prior to his transition. He worked out at the YMCA 3 weeks prior to his transition. And so as we share in our congregation, when we die, the question is, will it have mattered that we were born? And it mattered. I'm here tonight because it mattered not only our birthdays in the month of July, but it mattered that he was born into my life, into a relationship with my family life. And we give God all the praise, all the honor for such a creative and a created being in our beloved brother. We call him at the Y, we just call him Doc.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that inspiration and that message. And it's so true what you just said, you know, to God be the glory. So Sister Kathy Fluellen, are you here with us? If you are, please unmute yourself and come on up. And then right after that, we want Brother Kwazi and Brother Ron Cook to just get in line. And then we're going to move on to everybody that we have not been able to reach out to. So Kathy Fluellen. Okay, maybe Kathy's still not with us. She's not, or maybe she's left. She was with us, but maybe she has left. So without any further ado, Kwazi.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to, to share just a specific memory. So Baba Aminifu, he's really who introduced me to the principles of Ma'at. I remember going to his office, I think it was in like Shaw, I think, as a child, like probably 8 or 9 years old. And he had the poster on the wall with the 42 principles. And it struck me early on. And I really just kind of carry some of those principles to this day. And also just his, I guess like his even kill, things are very smooth, it's very forthright, and that was always impressed me. And I'm glad I've been able to know him for most of my life. So,
hey, we appreciate that message, Kwazi, and Mahat, very important, bro. Very important. 42 principles, Mahat, very important. I'm glad he left that legacy and you're gonna pass it on. And that's so important because that's what it's all about, bro. Brother Ron Cook.
How do you do this? Can you hear me?
Better now.
Yeah, I'm
great.
Basically, brother, just want to say thanks and praises, peace and blessings for the brother. I'm still learning from him, and I'm very glad to have known long time ago. Because at one point, I was asking Brother Harvey in Black Seas, I said, you know this dude? Of course, he knew him, but I was trying to make a connection that they had the same name and stuff. But definitely a strong, deep brother. Have learned a lot from him and still learning.
That's important, bro. And by the way, you so humble, you and Kwazi, y'all so humble. I know you're Kwazi's uncle, but I'm gonna call it out like it is. Y'all are the producers of Black Seas calendar that go all around the world, brothers and sisters, and are doing the work all the time, not just socially, but politically and economically. And I just want to hail you up about that, Ron, because a lot of people need to know when we come together as family, many of us have built institutions, are running institutions, and are advising our youth to build more institutions so we can get back to our traditional greatness. And I had to say that because for those who do not know, the UNIA is very serious about uplifting the race to our traditional greatness. And despite all the negative things going on, we know that our God never made no mistakes. And we also know that when we connect to the higher parts of the universe, we're going to be okay. And so anyway, this is not a program where we came to lecture to you all, but y'all are motivating, me by what you're saying, because we all got the same kind of energy inside that needs to be reconnected. And once we connect that energy, brothers and sisters, believe me, we ain't no minority. Me and Aminifu used to kick it about it all the time. When we unite, God will move in the direction that we need to be going in with God. Y'all hear me? All right. Rev, I know you understand what I'm saying. I mean, I know you do too, Swami, and you Tendai, and brothers and sisters know, it's very important for us to stay connected spiritually despite all the things going on and to keep focused where it belongs, because we come from a great tradition. Who else? Who am I missing? Cheryl, did you speak yet?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Please.
Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. It is indeed an honor to speak on behalf of our Baba, our brother, our friend, our scholar. I too am a part of the National Association of Black Social Workers. And I, along with our past president, Gloria, and Sandera, our current officers, and Tracy, we all remember him presenting every year at our conferences. There would not be a conference, and I'm part of coordinating the workshops with Sister Zelma. And his proposal would come in a little late, Sister Gloria. You know how he was. It would come in a little late, but he said, I was going to present. And it was standing room only, because what the brother brought to the organization, to young social work students, to those of us who were preparing to become a scholar, it was the Amanifus that took me all the way to get a doctorate in social work, to teach, to become faculty, and all the way to be an HBCU president. It was Aminifu and others, and who really encouraged and embraced us. So today, as I just I thought about what symbols. So I hold the Sankofa bird because everything he did was from whence we come. Go back to the past, go back, bring it forward, so that that egg represents our young people, and everything he did was for our young people. We got to keep moving it forward. We have to keep remembering from whence we come, whose we are, and where we're from. So we've traveled at NABSW. We're going to the continent.
She froze up, so maybe we just wait a little second. She might come back.
Baba, can you let her know we can't hear her?
I don't know. I don't know. Her system froze up. It's not that she's on mute or anything. Her system is froze up.
Mm-hmm. Can I say something about her?
Yeah, go ahead.
She was president at Savannah State.
Yeah, she just dropped out all the way.
Okay, she was president at Savannah State.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm putting my little plug in for our HBCUs because you understand, then you see that if she's been exposed to Aminifu, that she would have a different kind of a perspective in terms of working with our youth and being an administrator of that ilk is very important. She did some wonderful things while she was there, including establishing a marine biology program.
So Mama Tendai, we're going to make sure she gets a copy of this particular Zoom. We'll make sure so we can stay in contact, because I appreciate all that she did share before it froze up, and she may come back later on. So let's just keep moving, because you know how we roll, Mama Tendai. You know, electricity can go out, but blacktricity don't never stop.
That's right.
So let me see who else. I'm trying to get everybody in. We're looking good, y'all. We're approaching the 9 o'clock hour, and we do have a closing message to come from our President General, and we want to honor Brother Malcolm's birthday. Even though we're speaking of our brother Aminifu, we want to honor El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, and we also want to give him a closing message. So please, I can't keep going back in the chat for y'all that are reminding me. So people are going to have to speak up or put their hands up, because I can't keep going back and forward to the chat and find out who has not spoken. So y'all gonna have to speak up. Don't everybody at one time speak up. I can't keep going back and forth to the chat. If you have not spoken and you wish to speak, please speak at this point in time, or we'll move on. What was that? Go ahead, speak, sister. Speak. I see you.
Let me help you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Let me, but it's very, how are you? Greetings.
No, you're going.
I'm just hoping that you all can hear me well.
No, you are going in and out.
Are you?
Yeah, you're going in and out. I think you're on your phone and you're going in and out. Maybe turn your camera off and then talk.
Okay, what about?
You still are going in and out.
I'll do that. Okay. How is it now with the camera off?
Excellent, excellent. Go ahead, speak.
It's excellent?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So I have known Aminifu for 40 years. And I'm just, my heart is so full right now from hearing all of the comments and praises about him. It shows how consistent he is and has been as a human being. I love Aminifu. We have done plenty of work together over the years, before he started MIAD, when he was with Progressive Life, and our children, when they were little children, when his girls were 4 and 5 years old. So it's been quite a journey in this lifetime, one that we were able to collaborate on in terms of curricula, impacting organizations, creating his training designs, me creating my training designs, and taking African-centered thought into social work, Black social work, but also social work nationally. We are both members of the National Association of Social Workers. I was a former member of the National Association of Black Social Workers. We were able to bring the licensure for social workers to Washington, D.C., where it did not exist before. And most important, I think you all might want to know about, is how he collaborated with the Black churches in America, in the Caribbean, and in Africa, along with myself, in bringing African-centered work to the Black churches in a program. I'm sorry. In a program that had tremendous impact on Black children in after-school programs. Just tremendous work. As far as I think I heard some of y'all talk about how chilled and everything he was. That was until somebody threatened, challenged his loved ones. And when his loved ones were challenged, Aminifu became a warrior. And it was just he's just a wonderful, wonderful, complete human being. And my life has been better knowing him and of having the pleasure of working with him, learning with him, and learning from him. He is, I had looked forward to seeing him soon when I was doing a trip that I have scheduled for Winston-Salem, which is close to Raleigh, which is next to Durham. And occasionally I would go and visit him in his home and see all of his creativity there in Durham. So I'm going to miss that opportunity. I'm going to miss him dearly in this physical form. But I just wanted to share those thoughts and thank you for the opportunity to be here. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, my sister. And like, as I said to everybody, you can put information in the chat. We'd like to stay in touch with everybody. As we proceed forward, I want to thank everybody. I want you to stay with us for the closing of this event. And I want to thank everybody who shared. I want to say some things real quickly about my personal relationship with Aminifu. I loved Aminifu like he was a brother from another mother. And he used to advise me on a lot of things. I am the President General of the UNIA back in 2008 to 2016, and I appointed him as Ambassador of Social Work and Social Services. I was able to do a lot of work with Aminifu, learn a lot from him, but one of the most important things I learned from him was we all can do something serious. Him and I, my brother Zama, we traveled to Belize and Mexico and Guatemala together, and it was just an incredible trip. And I really will miss him, but I will also speak to him every day like I speak to my mother on my altar. So I will get to talk to him every day now because I know he'll be, as he ascends, and of course, we know the 40 days has not come yet, but it's coming towards the end of the month. But I want to go to the President General of the UNIA at this point in time because I want everybody to hear our message coming, because it was not just a local situation with Aminifu. As I say, he served as an ambassador with us. And now the current President General of the UNIA, my brother, who has been with us the whole time on this program. I'm really thankful that he could join us. And we're going to talk a little bit about Malcolm as well. And I want people to go in the chat and see how they can interconnect with everybody. Swami, thank you so much for not only sharing your word, sound, power, and wisdom, but for your creativity. So without any further ado, brothers and sisters, I'm going to go to our President General at this point in time. I want to thank Brother Sam for hosting in since Brother Heru was out of town, for doing the technical stuff for us. I want to thank everybody who shared word, sound, power. I want everybody, if we get your emails, y'all, we can send you the YouTube, and you can also go to Facebook, the Woodson, Banneker, Jackson Bay Division, and share this with other people who are on Facebook. Those that are not on Facebook, give us 24 hours or so, maybe 48 hours, and we're going to upload it on our New Black Learning channel YouTube. Please spread the word, because it is all about keeping the love life legacy flowing. So, and Mama Tendai, I always thank you so much, who represents also the African Diaspora Ancestral Commemoration Institute. So without any further ado, President General, my brother from another mother, Baba Malik Akili Nkrumah.
Sante Sana, my brother. Woo. It has been a powerful tribute to a brother that I didn't know for a whole lot of years, but under your president generalship, I did get to know. But I will start with Sister Tendai, who helped raise the level of this conversation so that we recognize that in death, there is life. In transition, there is life. So he may not touch you with his hand, but he will touch you with the instrument that he touched you the most. That was his mind and his spirit. So we did not lose a brother. We elevated a brother to the next level. And to that level, we are always grateful to have that energy in the whirlwind, along with the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and the men and women of the UNIA that have come before us. And those men and women that came a part of the Black Power movement that steadfast led us in the direction that is essential for us to achieve liberation and independence as an African people and a nation. We happen to be celebrating our brother on May 19th, the date that our other brother, the Honorable El-Haj Malik El-Sabaz, better known to us as Malcolm X, what came into this world. You know what is so interesting on this celebration? We're celebrating the transition of a spirit that has impacted us in such a way that all of you on this call bring up memories that now have to become actual action steps to move forward to honor this brother. And yet we also bring forth the memory of El-Haj Malik El-Sabaz, better known as Malcolm X, who has to give us action steps in moving forward. You understand that the cycle of life leads us in the direction of always going higher than that which went before us. We have to go higher, more inclusive, touching all the realms, all the sciences, all of the social platforms that our brother Aminifu touched. You know, many of us touch lives. Some of us touch them in such a way that those memories become motivating factors. I don't want these memories of our dear brother to become just tonight. We have to raise up the lessons for us going forward. No other way to do it. His last name was Harvey. When I did meet him, I asked him, was he associated with Thomas W. Harvey? Because that was my mentor in the UNIA ACL. He said he didn't know. He said, but we can check it out. So I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim him a Harvey. I'm going to claim him connected to Thomas W. Harvey. I'm going to claim him connected to the UNIA so that those links never break. Just as I will claim Malcolm X, El-Haj Malik El-Sabaz, because those links never break. His father was a Garveyite. His father and mother met in Philadelphia at the UNIA headquarters. Chains never break. White folks can't break these chains. We have to elevate our struggle to a level to where our understanding of life on this planet and life in the spiritual realm connect us to the success of our people. The Universal Negro Improvement Association has gone through many changes, gone through many. We are only one. But I say we will be the last change, because we will be the change that connects us and creates what the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and those men and women of 1914, 1917, 1920 put in place. Because we've had brothers and sisters that laid that foundation for us in this universal platform called America and called the 20th century. I say to you, no one can change this direction, because our brother put that in place. Our sister Tendaya raised it to that level. All of you have added to that fundamental push, so that in this realm, in that transition, that spirit will be forever a part of the direction that we go. We are the Universal Negro Improvement Association, African Communities Leagues, Rehabilitating Committee 2020. I am the first assistant. I am now the President General, but I was with Senghor, the first Assistant President General, and that's how I met this brother. And as President General, I say to all of you, and Senghor, I appreciate your giving me this opportunity to speak tonight. I speak all of you for hearing these words. For we will raise our people to the nationhood that our ancestor and ancestors of the 1920 convention laid in place. So as I close, I want all of you to understand there's a move to exonerate Marcus Garvey and ask white folks to do it. RC 2020, the UNIA ACL RC 2020, as the President General of this government, I'm not asking any white folks to exonerate Garvey. The thrust is we exonerate Marcus Messiah Garvey. We will. On African Independence Day, and this year, August 31st, I will, at our embassy in Washington, D.C., sign the declaration that exonerates the Marcus Messiah Garvey. I need all of you to understand, we have the power to do it, and we're going to do it. And then we're going to tell the world, step up and support this initiative. Asante Sana.
All right, PG, appreciate you. Appreciate love, y'all. And, you know, brothers and sisters, it's always great when we come together, and it's not a great thing to lose anyone physically. You know, I still getting over losing quite a few others, but we lose no one spiritually, as a lot of people on this program tonight have articulated. The video was absolutely powerful, just to show you how we could continue that love, life, legacy. And the music that went behind it was so in tune with how we need to internalize victory. Because once we internalize victory within, once we do internal reparations, we can get external reparations. Yes, we can, y'all. Don't. I'm tired of people talking about we can't get it. We can get anything we want. We turn this whole world back around right side up once we get ourselves back in tune. And so as the PG said, it's so clear that our ancestors are waiting and watching, too many children crying and dying because our people, most of them are too apathetic to understand the real reason why they were born in this world in the first place. But we're gonna get it right. So I love everybody. Thank you, Sam. Thank everybody for joining us. Let's keep in touch, y'all. We need each other's love. We need each other's Blacktricity. We need each other's blessings. Yeah. So pray for me. I'm gonna pray for you. We need that. We need to understand that all the wicked things going on in the world are going on because many of us have lost our tune with being in order with the universe and our original mission. And y'all, That's, like I said, I worked at the National Association of Social Workers for 22 years. I did the membership for people that came through. But one of the most important things I learned whenever Aminifu used to come through there is that we created the National Association of Social Workers, even though it went in a different direction. And then we had to establish the Black social workers. Whitney Young was the first executive director of NASW. Did y'all hear me? But we create too many things that get taken away from us. We need to create things and create our own ways so they don't get taken away any longer. Anyway, PG, I had to throw that in. Everybody understands. It is a serious time we in, y'all, but we can change this thing. And for real, brothers and sisters, we got the power. Africa must be free. So without any further ado, love y'all. Denny, thank you so much. Dr. Tilly, Rasafi, you know, Yo Kimmy, Swami, Professor Cooper, and everybody. It's all about us. It ain't about me, he, or she. It's about we collectivity. And once we get that, we got it. Okay, Sam, you can take us away. One God, one aim, one destiny.